how to improve your relationship. I mean, relationships aren't easy. It's really as simple as that. We go through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of issues within relationships, but relationships are supposed to be full of happiness, joy, and love. I'm going to give you a couple ways on how to improve your relationship. Let's get right into it. The first way to improve your relationship, communication. Communication is key. I know it sounds cliche, but it's just the truth. You got to be able to share your needs and goals with your partner so they understand how to maneuver with that, right? So if you communicate your needs, hey, I need to go on dates, I need to have fun, it's good for my mental health. Now your partner understands. Your partner understands. I need to take her out on dates so we can have fun every single weekend, right? That helps improve the relationship because your partner communicated what they need, right? If your partner has goals of being a nurse and she's in nursing school, she communicated that with you so you understand she's been up all day, she's been studying. Get her some food, get her some flowers, rub her feet. Communication helps your partner understand your goals and needs. Also, communication builds trust. It is hard to trust. Y'all know this. It's hard to trust people these days. But when you communicate and you're open and honest, that literally builds trust with somebody. And that's what you got to have in a relationship for it to go far. That's how you improve your relationship. Building that trust. Communication builds trust. And you got to understand communication really helps when you get into an argument, when there's an issue, when you can communicate and let somebody know exactly how you feel, that's going to help so much more than you lacking communication. Y'all go through an argument and nobody talks about what happened. That's just going to be pent up energy. Every single time you argue, every single time y'all have an issue, y'all going to remember the last one, then the last one, then the last one. But when you communicate effectively and let somebody know, hey, this is how I feel in this situation, then this is what I need you to fix, right? When you express your feelings and you communicate, now all of a sudden your partner knows, hey, next time we're not going to go through this because you communicated with me and I know how to fix it. Simple as that. Communication is key, y'all. Another way for you to improve your relationship is spending time together. Now imagine you're in a relationship and you just don't really care to be around that person that much. You don't like spending time together. It's not going to last. Or you're just super duper busy with work, things of that nature, and you can't spend time. It's not going to last. Your partner is going to be upset. But how to improve your relationship? Spend that time together. Whenever you do have that little bit of downtime, if you're super busy, spend time with your partner because that's going to build the infatuation and love within the relationship. Whether it's going on cute dates, whether it's just laying up together, cuddled up and watching a movie, spending that time together literally is so cute. Like, I miss it. I haven't felt that in a long time. Spending that time together when you just cuddled up watching a movie or you're out dancing with your partner and just having a great time. It just boosts your endorphins. Like, it just boosts your mood. It makes you so much happier. Spend time with your partner and make things better. That's going to improve your relationship. Another way to improve your relationship is being able to compromise. You got to be able to compromise in a relationship. You got to understand, right? Your partner is going to be into things that you're not into, and you're going to be into things that your partner isn't into. It just is what it is. However, you got to be able to be open and compromise to make your partner happy. This is a partnership. That's why they call it your partnership. And so let's say your partner likes to go to pottery, and that's something that you really don't really care to do. However, you don't let your partner know that. You stay open-minded, and you take your jolly self to pottery with your partner. Honestly, you might start to like it. That's what it's all about when it comes to relationships. You're going to have common things, right? There's going to be things that y'all have in common, but of course, there's going to be certain passions, things that you like to do that y'all don't have in common. And that's okay. That's when you compromise, come together, and all of a sudden you might like it. Another thing to compromising is being open to being wrong, right? Now, our ego tells us we're right all the time. If there's an issue, a debate, an argument, we're right every time. But that's not the case. Sometimes we really are wrong. And it's okay to take accountability and let your partner know that. That's another form of compromising, understanding I'm not always right. I'm sorry that I was wrong. You're taking accountability and understanding that it's for the betterment of your relationship. Compromise is key. You know the vibes. The next way to improve your relationship is practicing forgiveness. You got to understand nobody is perfect, and we're all so different. Some of us grew up in two-parent households. Some of us grew up in one. Some of us went to church all the time. Some of us didn't. Everybody is different, and how we were raised shapes us into the adults that we are. So you might be with a partner, and since they're just so different from you, even though y'all might have so many things in common and y'all get along well, y'all are still different. Y'all grew up different. They might say something outlandish that you would never agree with. However, you got to be able to understand they are different, and I just got to practice forgiveness. You got to be able to forgive your partner. If they're not cheating and abusing you, right? If somebody cheating on you, we ain't forgiving nothing. If somebody abusing you physically, mentally, we ain't forgiving nothing. You already know. I'm a huge advocate for if somebody cheat on you or abuse you, leave them, kick them out the door. However, if it's something smaller, something a little bit more minuscule, you can forgive them. You got to understand forgiving is everything, right? And that's how you improve your relationship. Your partner is going to make mistakes. You got to be able to forgive them. I know sometimes it hurts. I know sometimes you don't want to do it. However, when you practice forgiveness, it really builds up the love within your relationship. It just really does. It makes your partner feel a little bit more comfortable, right? When you don't forgive your partner, all of a sudden they do something else that they didn't mean to do. They're not going to be open with you. They're not going to be honest with you. They're not even going to tell you about it. But when you practice forgiveness, it helps build trust. It helps build love within your relationship. So that's another way to improve your relationship. Practice forgiveness. Nobody is perfect, and it's okay to forgive your partner. And one of the last ways to improve your relationship is be empathetic. You got to understand, people go through stuff. In our daily life, we go through stuff in our workplace, at home, in our family. When I come to my relationship, this is happiness, peace, and love. This is somebody that I can vent to. This is somebody that I can come to. You got to be empathetic. Imagine your partner loses a friend, right? They've been friends all their life, and something goes wrong and they're just not friends anymore. And it really hurts and affects your partner. You got to be able to empathize and understand that. Put yourself in their shoes. What if you had an amazing friend all your life and y'all just fall off? That's going to make you feel bad. So you got to be able to empathize, put yourself in your partner's shoes, and then be supportive and be there for them, right? That's how you improve your relationship, by being empathetic and understanding that people go through things. And even though I've probably never been through it, I can understand and I can put myself in your shoes, and I see why you're, acting or reacting the way you are. So I'm going to be supportive and I'm going to be here for you. Being empathetic is a beautiful thing, and it really helps your partner become more comfortable with you when it comes to sharing things and just being around you in general. Be empathetic, y'all. So that's how you improve your relationship. These are just a couple of ways. You got to be able to communicate effectively, spend quality time together, compromise, right? Practice forgiveness and be empathetic. When it comes to communication, just let them know your wants and needs. Communicate when it comes to having issues, and that's going to help your relationship. When it comes to spending time together, it just builds that infatuation within a relationship, that comfortability, and just that love in general. Being around somebody that you love is top tier. Being able to compromise and do things with your partner that you normally wouldn't do, however, for the betterment of your relationship, you got up, you are open, and you actually gonna have fun. Practicing forgiveness and understanding that nobody is perfect. We all grew up differently and we're gonna make mistakes, but being able to forgive your partner is a beautiful thing. And of course, being empathetic and understanding that your partner is gonna go through things and they need that support system. They need you to be there, and they need you to be able to step into their shoes and understand what they could possibly be feeling. It's really as simple as that. Y'all already know the vibes. Your fave dating therapist in the building. If you like this video, subscribe. You already know the vibes.